The decision to escape the mall was not made lightly. The survivors had faced numerous challenges and threats, and their daily existence had become a struggle for survival. The mall's once promising safety now seemed like a gilded cage, with the external dangers and internal conflicts reaching a boiling point. The idea of escaping via the helicopter was initially dismissed as a mere fantasy. But as conditions worsened, it began to seem like the only viable option for a new beginning. The helicopter, a relic from a time before the apocalypse, had been a symbol of hope and freedom, and its presence became increasingly significant as the group's situation deteriorated. Peter and Francine, both deeply affected by recent events, started to seriously consider the escape plan. Their desire to leave the mall and seek a new life was driven by a combination of desperation and the hope for a better future. The helicopter, while not without its risks and limitations, represented a chance to break free from their current entrapment. The planning for the escape involved a careful evaluation of the helicopter's condition and the logistics of leaving the mall. Peter, with his tactical background, took the lead in assessing the feasibility of using the helicopter. He inspected the aircraft, checking its fuel levels, mechanical condition, and overall readiness for flight. The helicopter, while functional, required some maintenance and preparation to ensure it would be operational for their escape. Francine, meanwhile, focused on preparing the group for the departure. She organized supplies and gathered essential items that they would need for their journey. The task of packing and preparing for the unknown was both practical and symbolic, a final act of letting go of their past life within the mall. The decision to leave was not made in isolation. Peter and Francine had to confront Stephen, whose leadership had been instrumental in their survival but was increasingly seen as a source of contention. Stephen's authoritarian approach had created significant tension within the group, and the prospect of leaving the mall was met with resistance from him. The confrontation with Stephen was inevitable. Peter and Francine approached him with their plan, presenting the escape as a necessary step for their survival. Stephen's reaction was a mix of disbelief and anger. He viewed the mall as their last bastion of hope and saw the decision to leave as a betrayal of the safety and security they had fought so hard to establish. Stephen's authoritarian stance was evident in his response. He argued that leaving the mall would expose them to greater dangers and that their chances of survival were better within the mall's fortified walls. His insistence on maintaining control and his fear of the unknown created a rift between him and those who wanted to leave. The confrontation was heated, with Peter and Francine standing firm in their decision. They argued that staying in the mall was a form of resignation and that their situation was untenable. Stephen's resistance was rooted in a genuine desire to protect the group, but his inability to adapt to the changing circumstances and his rigid control led to a profound conflict. With the decision made and the confrontation with Stephen resolved, the group began the process of leaving the mall. The farewell to the mall was a poignant and bittersweet moment. The survivors had invested so much in their refuge, and the mall had been both a sanctuary and a symbol of their struggle for survival. As they prepared to leave, the survivors took one last look at the spaces they had come to know intimately. The food court, once a bustling area now quiet and empty, and the various stores that had provided both sustenance and solace, were all reminders of the life they were leaving behind. Each corner of the mall held memories of their battles and moments of respite, and the act of departing was marked by a sense of both loss and liberation. Peter and Francine led the way, guiding the group to the helicopter and ensuring that everything was in order for their departure. The act of leaving was filled with a mix of emotions, relief at the prospect of escape, sadness for the loss of their sanctuary, and anxiety about the unknown future that awaited them. Stephen's final moments with the group were marked by a sense of resignation. Despite his initial resistance, he eventually accepted the decision to leave. His departure from the leadership role and his farewell to the mall were poignant reminders of the toll that their struggle had taken on him. The moment of departure was a dramatic and emotionally charged scene. The helicopter, once a symbol of hope and freedom, now represented a new beginning. As the survivors boarded the aircraft, the reality of their escape became tangible. The helicopter's engines roared to life, and the group prepared for their departure from the mall that had been both their refuge and their prison. The ascent was a moment of both triumph and trepidation. As the helicopter lifted off, the mall receded into the distance, leaving behind a complex mix of memories and emotions. The survivors looked out from the helicopter, witnessing the familiar landscape of their former sanctuary shrinking away. The journey from the mall was filled with a sense of uncertainty. The future remained unknown, and the challenges of survival were far from over. However, the act of escaping from the mall represented a significant shift, a move from the confines of their current reality to the possibilities of the unknown world beyond. The escape from the mall marked a turning point in the survivors' journey. The decision to leave behind the safety and comforts they had once enjoyed was a profound one, driven by a combination of desperation and hope. The helicopter represented both an escape from their immediate struggles and a leap into an uncertain future. As the helicopter flew away, the survivors were left to reflect on their experiences and the challenges that lay ahead. The mall, with its scars and memories, was a symbol of their struggle and resilience. Leaving it behind was both a liberation and a loss, and the survivors faced the reality of their new circumstances with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. The journey ahead was fraught with uncertainty. The world outside the mall was filled with dangers and unknowns, and the survivors would need to rely on their skills and determination to navigate the challenges they faced. The escape marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one defined by the ongoing struggle for survival and the quest for a place of safety and hope. By the end of this chapter, the survivors had made a dramatic and pivotal decision to escape the Monroeville Mall. The departure, marked by a mixture of relief, sadness, and uncertainty, represented a significant shift in their journey. The mall, once their refuge, was now a symbol of their past struggles and the challenges they had faced. Peter and Francine's decision to use the helicopter for their escape highlighted their determination to seek a new beginning, even in the face of an uncertain future. The farewell to the mall and the ascent into the unknown marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, filled with both the promise of new possibilities and the challenges of survival in a world still overrun by danger and uncertainty. The final moments of the film capture Peter and Francine's departure from the mall and their flight into an uncertain future. As the helicopter climbs higher, the familiar landscape of their former sanctuary fades from view. The freedom of the open sky contrasts sharply with the constraints and dangers they had faced within the mall's walls. The helicopter ride symbolizes both an escape from immediate threats and the onset of new challenges. Peter and Francine are left to contemplate their next steps as they soar above the remnants of their past life. The open sky offers a semblance of hope but also amplifies the uncertainty of their situation. The film's ending is deliberately ambiguous, leaving their ultimate fate open to interpretation. The Monroeville Mall serves as a powerful symbol of consumerism and the excesses of modern society. Throughout the film, the mall is depicted as a place of abundance, luxury, and superficiality. It represents a world obsessed with material possessions and comfort, a stark contrast to the harsh realities faced by the survivors. Initially, the mall provides a sense of security and stability. Its vast expanse and well-stocked stores offer a semblance of normalcy and safety. However, this security is ultimately revealed to be an illusion. The mall, while providing physical shelter, becomes a prison that confines the survivors both physically and psychologically. The mall's luxurious amenities and consumerist trappings highlight the superficial nature of the pre-apocalyptic world. The survivors' initial reliance on the mall's comforts underscores their desperation in the allure of material wealth. Yet, as the zombie apocalypse progresses, the very trappings of consumerism become obstacles to their survival. The mall's abundance, once a source of security, becomes a symbol of their entrapment and the unsustainable nature of their refuge. The film critiques consumer culture by showcasing the mall as a microcosm of society's values and excesses. The emphasis on material wealth and consumption is juxtaposed with the survivors' struggle for basic necessities and the stark realities of their new world. The mall's stores, once filled with luxury items and consumer goods, now serve as battlegrounds for survival. This critique extends beyond the physical setting to explore the psychological impact of consumer culture. The survivors' initial attachment to the mall's comforts reflects a broader societal obsession with materialism and the pursuit of pleasure. As the story unfolds, the survivors confront the emptiness of consumer culture and the realization that true security and fulfillment cannot be found in material possessions. In addition to its critique of consumerism, the film delves into themes of human nature, particularly the complexities of survival, morality, and leadership. The film highlights the primal survival instinct that drives the characters' actions and decisions. The threat of the undead and the constant danger of their world push the survivors to make difficult choices and confront their own vulnerabilities. This instinct is evident in their efforts to secure the mall, defend their territory, and ultimately escape. The survival instinct also brings out the best and worst in the characters. Acts of bravery, sacrifice, and resourcefulness are juxtaposed with moments of desperation, self-preservation, and moral ambiguity. The film explores how extreme circumstances can reveal the true nature of individuals and the lengths to which they will go to ensure their survival. The dynamics of leadership and authority play a central role in the film. Stephen's authoritarian approach to leadership, while effective in some respects, creates significant tension and conflict within the group. His control and decision-making style contribute to the group's internal strife and ultimately impact their ability to effectively respond to external threats. Peter's leadership, in contrast, is characterized by a more collaborative and tactical approach. His decision to escape with Francine reflects a willingness to adapt and take risks in pursuit of a better future. The contrast between Stephen and Peter's leadership styles underscores the challenges of maintaining authority and cohesion in a crisis. The film also explores the moral dilemmas faced by the survivors. The necessity of killing zombies, including former allies like Roger, raises questions about the ethics of survival in a world where traditional norms and values no longer apply. The characters grapple with the emotional and psychological impact of their actions, highlighting the complexities of morality in the face of existential threats. The survivors' interactions and decisions reflect the broader theme of human nature's duality, where compassion and cruelty coexist, and the boundaries between right and wrong become blurred. The film portrays the struggle to retain one's humanity while navigating the harsh realities of a world overrun by the undead. The film's ambiguous ending leaves the survivors' fate open to interpretation. As Peter and Francine fly away in the helicopter, the uncertainty of their future is mirrored in the unresolved nature of their journey. The open sky represents both hope and uncertainty, encapsulating the film's exploration of survival and the quest for meaning in a world turned upside down. The lack of a definitive resolution reflects the broader themes of the film: the unpredictability of life, the persistence of hope amidst despair, and the ongoing struggle to find a place of safety and purpose. The ending underscores the idea that the journey of survival is ongoing and that the search for meaning and security continues even as one leaves behind the familiar. The film captures the essence of the survivor's journey and the broader themes of consumerism and human nature. The departure from the Monroeville Mall represents a significant shift in their quest for survival, highlighting the challenges and uncertainties of their new path. The film's exploration of consumerism serves as a critique of societal values and materialism, while its examination of human nature delves into the complexities of survival, leadership, and morality. The ambiguous ending leaves the survivor's future open to interpretation, reflecting the ongoing struggle for meaning and security in a world that remains unpredictable and fraught with danger. The film's conclusion reinforces the themes of resilience, hope, and the relentless pursuit of a better future, even amidst the chaos and uncertainty of their post-apocalyptic reality.